We're really delighted to be holding this event here today at Devonport in this wonderful historic building. The session we're having is the third of the Brick Workshop, so our focus today is very much on how do you get the right group of individuals together to have a really viable project, and who do you need to work with? Who do you need to work with in your local area? Who do you need to work with who's already doing other things? So it's really about how you can make your project most effective. We think there's a real opportunity here today for people to work together and to learn from each other.
BRIC stands for Building Resources, Investment and Community Knowledge. It's a programme that we started 2 or 3 months ago, and it will run for 3 years. It's a UK-wide programme, and it is essentially about training and mentoring for community groups like yourselves who are starting or looking to continue their regeneration projects. So this is built environment projects, bricks and mortar.
Well, I'm kind of here for two reasons. One, that we work within, the regeneration heritage sector, particularly around using social enterprises approaches to transform communities. The second reason that we're here is because you're here, because this is we're at the Devonport Guildhall here in Plymouth, and Devonport more widely is a fantastically successful regeneration area. And one of the reasons why that's successful is that we have these great assets of both heritage and community. We're being able to use those assets to develop those assets to sort of challenge some of the broader problems in the community.
So start doing the activity that your building will do before your building's ready. Do it somewhere else so you've got those customers, and the day it opens you're not left with this empty building waiting for it to be filled and make money.
Coming here today is a very helpful underpinning to the project, because it broadens the depth of knowledge needed to be able to deliver this, and also the support networks which are already happening with who I've met, and also your own team, really strengthens and deepens the capacity and also the context to how it fits into the local community and to society.
My reason for being here today is high-level networking.
We're constantly looking for funding sources, because obviously trusts don't have sort of income. They rely on funding through various things like the XLF and maybe local authorities. So yes, so that's the reason I think we're all here, really.
This session is about putting together the right team to deliver your project. And it's about governance, which is that mysterious word that really means about putting together the right systems and the right processes to ensure that your project delivers its objectives and is accountable and is effective.
You have to present an application to your funder that it is impossible for them to say no to.
Retain family connections in the community.
Good, isn't he? Yeah, he's good. That was very nice to summarise. Thank you.
We've got 3 core values: conservation, regeneration and education. We've redeveloped 3 listed buildings in the town. We've built 1 new build. We've got over 40 businesses based on our site, which have created 150 new jobs in the town. Just giving a brief 20-minute presentation on talking about our trust and our project, how we found getting funding, and our top tips that hopefully will help people who are developing similar projects to us, really.
Why is your place really exciting?
Yeah.
It's going to pull people from out the under who do have spending power to come down there and spend money.
How do you bring them in? What techniques are there to use, I guess is the question.
I've been working for about 20 years now with an approach to placemaking that we call cultural planning, which is like looking at the resources a place has, 360 degrees, like the culture of the place, be it buildings, be it its people, so the tangible and intangible aspects of place. And then we use those resources, we activate those resources for improving the quality of life of the people that live there, for providing economic opportunities for people, and also in general for attracting investment and tourists, etc. In setting up these mechanisms, in dealing with placemaking these days, we need the help of different people.
The biggest point I've picked up today is about how you fund your projects and how you need to actually generate the revenue from the project itself for its long-term benefit of the community or whatever group is actually using that building.
I'm working on decants of council accommodation and refurbishment of council accommodation. I also do quite a lot of work with the community and voluntary sector as well, so it's been quite interesting for me to share experience and background with other people from across the southwest today.
We were invited here today to help do our startup presentation. The presentation is basically giving a little bit of an oversight of things to think about when you're thinking of starting up a new business by yourself or with a colleague. Some of the things, just generalisations that you should research into before you get going to help your business make a success.
I think we've picked up some really quite important things today around not thinking about your project in isolation, but working with other partners to ensure that you have the maximum possible impact from it. I have to say, I think this building and the work that's going on is an amazing example of that. But also, the things that we heard from the other projects, they work because people work with other organisations and because they, between them, manage to make a much bigger impact. So to me, that's been a sort of overwhelming message from today, that it is really important that we don't just think about the things that we're trying to achieve. We think about whether the things we're trying to achieve can actually help somebody else deliver their agenda as well, because that way they might be inclined to help us, in whatever form that help might take.